What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, y'all can't hear me. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's up, everybody? Y'all know we have been keeping an eye on Dakara's story, and so I have a couple of updates that I want to discuss. And so that you guys will be in the know. I told you guys that I would keep you guys updated as we discuss this case. So, all right. So that we do have a press conference, and I think it's only fair for me to play the press conference since I played the news briefing that they did. But yeah, because I think we need to listen to it because I feel like her mother kind of gave how she felt about a couple of things. And I think it's only right that we talk about that. So I'll play that, and then we'll also play this news clipping of some interesting details that have now been developed. So if you guys don't know the story of Dacara Thompson went missing. She went to the thing is that I just feel like for those of us that know what happened, I feel like she wasn't. I don't know what to think because she wasn't gonna be wherever she was at long. Cause she parked on the wrong side of the road. She hurried up and locked her car. It kind of gave me she was just going in and out somewhere. But anyway, this immigrant, y'all, that you guys see on the thumbnail, um, unalived her. Okay, and he has been arrested for the unaliving. He did have court, and so again, we're gonna get into the details that we know now. All right, give me one moment. What's up? Hey, Symmetry, grown woman, don't try me, Miss Felicia, Tanya Lee, Mocha, Drop. I see y'all up in here, Mama Bees, Miss Gina. I see y'all. What's up? What's up? We got another live after this, baby. I'm busy. Okay, so let me get over here. Let's get to YouTube. I have it pulled up. Okay, let's see. Whew. This was her first time that the family spoke after everything happened. So we're gonna listen to the 9 minute. It's about 9 minutes, and it's the mother. She does speak, and then their representative for their family also speaks as well. And then, like I said, we'll get into the next video after that. All right, so let me share my screen, and then let's get into it. I just feel like this is so sad, y'all. This girl was 19 years old, man. 19 years old. And again, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to do any of that. Whatever happened, she didn't deserve to die. And I think this is so crazy. And y'all just think about it. I want y'all to think about this, right? We don't see all of the missing girls because a lot of this stuff doesn't go viral. We don't see a lot of the missing girls and what happens to them a lot of times because, you know, black women don't get the coverage. I think black women and men, of course, don't get the coverage that we deserve. We deserve coverage just like everybody else do. All these white people always get the coverage. And here we are. We have to break an arm and a leg to get justice, to get coverage, to get all of the things when it surrounds us, but most definitely black women. I can't sit here and say that black women are not at the peak of this, right? So, man, Mama Bees, I was just no good when I heard that. Like, I just, man, again, what's up? It's your girl Caramel, your it's your Caramel girl. My bad. Kashor's Kitchen. What's going on, Jamie? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? When I heard that, I was, my heart just dropped because y'all, I just be trying to figure out in my mind why these men can't take their own life. And I hope that's not bad to think, but my God, I really be thinking that, like, take your own life. Why? Anyway, y'all, let's play this video and then I'll come back, give commentary, and then we'll talk about the update.
We are here today to discuss the case of the 19-year-old Dacara Thompson. I'm going to turn this over to State's Attorney Tara Jackson. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On Thursday of last week, the Prince George's County Police Department arrested Mr. Hernandez Mendez and charged him with the murder of 19-year-old Dacara Thompson. He was presented before the commissioner and he was held without bond at that time, pending a bail hearing. Earlier today, Mr. Hernandez Mendez appeared before a judge for a bond review hearing, and he was again held without bond, and he will continue to be held without bond. I know that the public has been following this case closely, and there are a lot of questions and concerns about the circumstances surrounding Ms. Thompson's death and, frankly, the immigration status of the defendant. I want to emphasize first that this remains an active investigation, and I am therefore extremely limited in any information that I can provide today. But I'll say this: the goal of this office is to achieve justice for Dacara Thompson and for her family. And that goal requires that my office have the ability to fully investigate and to thoroughly review any and all evidence in this case in order to make a determination regarding the appropriate charges for indictment. In addition, this office's primary concern is not the legal status of the defendant, or frankly of any other defendant. My concern is to hold accountable people who commit crimes against the residents of Prince George's County. My job is to hold accountable anyone who commits a crime in Prince George's County against, again, our residents. At this point, there is not much more than I can say other than, as the state's attorney, it is my job to ensure that the process is fair, that it is transparent and in full accordance with the law. And we will remain steadfast in our commitment to achieving justice. Thank you.
Are there any other suspects?
All right, so first I do want to say I don't want to do anything that will harm an investigation, because I feel like this does need to be fully investigated, because this is weird. The situation is very sad. I don't know. It's a lot with this story that just is, I don't know, it's crazy. But her mom is getting ready to speak, and there's only certain things that they can honestly say. If you've never been through something similar to this, like, they don't want you to say anything that could possibly harm the investigation in any way, which is totally understandable. But I do want y'all to hear her out, because, she's basically saying, like, a lot of the comments that they've been receiving have been pretty harsh comments, right? And I think I think that I've tried to stay away from that because again, this is another black woman. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to do any of that. And so I want to honestly be careful with, how we do these. I think Shanquella Robinson, the story of Shanquella Robinson taught me that dealing with a lot of these unfortunate situations that happen, like I try to give y'all the best information or the information that I see on most of these sites that I can verify. I prefer it that way, which is why I use a lot of news clippings. So, hey guys, Sean, what's going on? I trust the phone records will offer a lot of information. I think so too. I wonder if there's a missing link person that connects with them. I don't know, but I do think the cell phone records is going to be very important. I think the guy has done this before. Yeah, he's been in trouble before. He's done some crazy things before. This is heartbreaking. It really is. Let's keep going, y'all.
That you're looking at any other people possibly involved in this?
Again, this case is under investigation, and so I cannot further comment as to the nature of any other suspects or any part of the investigation.
Last week, much was revealed at the police press conference. You feel you have a strong case? Would you say that?
Again, there were charges. The commissioner's office found probable cause. The judge has now held this defendant without bond. But as to the strength of the case, I can't comment on that at this particular point.
Jasmine.
Attorney, are you able to share what's next in indictment or in terms of the legal process?
In terms of what's next, our office again has to thoroughly review not only the charges that were lodged against the defendant, but the evidence that the police have collected in this case and continue to investigate where necessary, along with all of our law enforcement partners. And we'll make a determination in short order as to the appropriateness of any charges and what those charges will be. And then we would present to the grand jury for indictment.
Has there been a cause and manner of death determined at this point? And is there anything holding that up, as far as that process?
At this point, I can't speak to that, but we will. I can't speak to anything else that was not revealed within the statement of charges.
Any other questions?
Would anyone from the family be willing to speak?
Would you get your name, please?
Carmen Thompson.
Carmen Thompson?
Yes.
And you are a?
I'm the mother of Dacara Thompson.
What were your thoughts in being at the hearing today? And our hearts go out to you for your loss, first off. What do you want to say now that this justice process is moving forward?
I would like to thank.
So just so y'all kind of know what the person asked how are you going to move forward knowing that, it's Dacara, she was once missing, and now that they know that she was unalived, how are you going to move forward? That's basically what the person asked.
The PG County State's Attorney's Office for the great service that they've been providing. I just want justice served for my daughter.
Ms. Thompson, how are you guys doing? How's the family doing right now?
Is as good as a family could be under these circumstances, so not so good. We're trying to maintain.
Tell us a little bit about your daughter. She was 19, just getting started, a young lady out of high school. Tell
Yes,
us about her, please.
my daughter, she had just turned 19 years old prior to this unfortunate circumstance. She was working under Westmore's Maryland Year Service Corps option, whatever it's called, program. She had just completed a year-long internship in which she was very successful. She did a great job. She was a kind of an outgoing, soft-spoken, kind young lady. She was a free spirit. She was a good girl. She was a good kid. So there's been a lot of people disparaging her character on social media and things as such. Please don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. Out of respect for the family, and us grieving, please, approach everything with grace. We would appreciate that.
Ma'am, do you have any thoughts about this notion that this guy was arrested by Park Police and released back in April?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
This man, Mr. Hernandez-Mendez,
Yes.
was arrested by the United States Park Police for drunk driving in April 25th on the BW Parkway. He was subsequently released. There was no check of his immigration status or anything like that. There were no warrants at the time, no detainers. But he was in federal custody. And then he was released, and he is in the country without proper documentation, and now they've filed.
I'm very disappointed, finding that out now, because we may not be here today if they did what they were supposed to do.
Is there any indication that the victim may have known this person or crossed paths with him ever in her life?
Let me again say that I just want to be clear, and out of respect for the family as well, any questions regarding the nature of the investigation would be harmful to our investigation at this particular point. So I want to make sure that we don't delve into any of that information. I will say you asked a question earlier. As always, there'll be an autopsy that's performed as a part of the investigation.
Last questions, Katie?
Carmen, and then a follow-up from Madam State's Attorney. The family often has a long journey after a crime like this happens.
Yes.
The trauma as the case moves forward and the victims have to outlive the crime itself. Is the family prepared for what's about to happen in the coming months with the grueling work of retelling the story, working with investigators?
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I can't hear nothing she's saying.
That's a tough question. That's a tough question because we know it's going to be extremely hard. We just ask that everybody pray for our strength through the process.
And Madam State's Attorney, the DC U.S. Attorney has blamed Maryland for crime in the district and for guns coming into the county. Have you seen any change recently given the surge in the district just across the border in Maryland, or anything that has been different after the national troops have been in the district?
All I'll say to that is that we continue to work with our law enforcement partners, both in Prince George's County and in the district, to make sure that that we're protecting the residents of this county. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best of luck, Ms. Thompson. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for coming.
All right, so there you heard it. Yeah, Jamie, they're keeping this one pretty tight knit on the information that they release, which is good because I don't want to hear that. And I ain't trying to speak this, but I'm just saying I don't want to hear no charges and all of this kind of stuff. I don't want to hear that. So I appreciate them keeping the investigation where they are. Now, so let's now listen to this news clipping about the neighbor who actually lived next door to Hugo, the guy who unalived her. The neighbor lived next door, and this is what they are reporting. Let's go.
And we start the 10 with a
fair use, which I'm normally pretty good on news clippings. Yeah, so let's go.
Fox 5 exclusive. A neighbor of the suspect accused of killing Dacara Thompson talking tonight about the suspicious behavior he says he saw from the suspect in the aftermath of her disappearance.
And it comes on the same day that suspect appeared in the courtroom. Fox 5's Shamari Stone live tonight in Bowie with this exclusive. Shamari?
Well, tonight, that neighbor tells me that he is shocked just days after this case unfolded. I want to show you how close he lives next to the suspect's house. You see right here, this is where the neighbor lives. And right here, this is the home where 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez-Mendez lived. And police served a search warrant here at the suspect's house. They say they found blood stains, women's lingerie, hair from a wig consistent with one Dacara Thompson wore, and a fingernail that matches the one missing from Dakara's hand.
Yeah, Shamari. I've lived next door to these people for years.
Cody is breaking his silence after he says he talked to Prince George's County homicide detectives about the murder of 19-year-old Dacara Thompson.
It is the first time I'm speaking publicly about this. Like I said, I live directly next door. I was 40 feet away from where the attack happened.
Living next door to suspect 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez, the alleged illegal immigrant who police say killed Dacara Thompson inside his bedroom in this home in Bowie, Maryland. Cody tells me he stepped outside his house early morning on August 23rd and saw something burning in the suspect's backyard.
The smell, it's different. It's not brush smell. It smells more like something you'd smell akin to like a trash burning or something like that. I would be willing to bet that they were burning evidence of some sort. I know that when I told the detectives this, I know that ash pile that was back there is no longer back there.
And Cody wonders why Hernandez Mendez wasn't already in jail. ICE officials telling us he's in the country illegally. U.S. Park Police arrested him in April on a DUI, but for some reason he was released. Dacara Thompson's mother saying that's disappointing.
I'm very disappointed, finding that out now, because we may not be here today if they did what they were supposed to do.
Detectives say Dacara was seen on surveillance video entering the front passenger side of Hernandez Mendez's SUV in a parking lot on University Boulevard around 3 o'clock in the morning on August 23rd. Her father telling investigators she had texts saying she was going to get gas. Those were her last known whereabouts before her body was discovered off Route 50. An autopsy reveals Dacara had skull and facial fractures.
Being 40 feet from a murder, it's something that you're never going to get used to. It's something that you're never going to be okay with. It's something you're never going to be comfortable with. And my heart goes out to her family. I can't even imagine.
Now tonight, Hugo Hernandez Mendez is in jail without bond. His next court appearance is on October 8th. We reached out to ICE, U.S. Park Police, and Prince George's County Police, and we are waiting for them to get back to us. On the other side of the house, I just want to take the time real quick to show you the front. You can see there is a memorial that has grown. A woman around an hour ago dropped off some more balloons here. This is the community showing support for Dacara Thompson because this is where police say the murder happened. I'm Shamari Stone, and I'll continue to bring you the latest developments in this case. I'm in Bowie. Back to you.
So, y'all, I have so many thoughts, and I have a lot of thoughts. I'm gonna still keep an eye on this because I think that this is so it's scary and unfortunate, very, very unfortunate and sad. And my heart does go out to her family because I can only imagine what they're feeling. I read somewhere that I thought that the mom had some sort of way lost a little hope when she was still missing. The dad was the one who was still he felt like he would still find her. So I really do. Yeah, my heart does go out to them because I think this is so sad. And you just never know. I'm not here to judge. I don't know if she knew this man. I don't know if she knew this man, but I'm sure she didn't think that this was going to be her last time. This whole situation is this is sad. This is sad. So I'm going to keep you guys informed about this case because, again, it's dear to my heart when I see Black women really I hate to see this. I hate to see this. I also have an update on, I don't know if you guys remember, but I covered a story a few months ago about a young lady who died in her mom's arms after being powed by a Walmart employee. She was at work. He was, I can't remember if she worked at Walmart. I think he worked at Walmart, but she ended up getting powed. and end up dying in her mom's arms, or taking her last breaths in her mom's arms. And so I have an update on that that I do need to give to you guys as well. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a dancer. I can't remember the place where she danced at, but anyway, it's another situation like this. And so yeah, I did hear about that. I am gonna talk about that in my next video, because man, that's crazy too. I'm gonna do a standalone video on that one too, but that's crazy. Y'all, it's just too much going on. And this is why I keep saying, like, bro, it's getting dangerous out here. We can't keep playing with people like this. Like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. This is crazy. Dacara, I'll say it. I've said it. I'll say it again. May you rest in peace, baby girl. And I'm so sorry this happened to you. And keeping her family in prayer. Hey, Bama girl, keeping her family in prayer, keeping her loved ones and friends in prayer. And also just praying that this investigation goes how it needs to go, so she can receive justice. You know, I'm glad that he is locked up. He ain't getting no bail and all of that. I'm glad about that. But you know, it's, again, I think because it's another black woman, and we don't see it. That's the thing. We don't get the coverage. So I feel like when we do get the coverage of something like this happening, we should talk about it. So yeah. Anyway, in my next video, I'm going to be discussing yeah, we just went over that, Donald Davis. We just listened to the clip, the news clipping as well. You may can run it back just a few minutes. If you haven't seen it, you may have seen it since you were coming here with the details. But yeah, we did just talk about it. I hope her family and friends get the grief counseling that they need. This is hard. I could tell it's hard for her family for sure. I did want to so in my next live video that I'm doing, we are talking Kiki Wyatt and her son. We are talking Kelly Price. We are talking Portia and Simon, and we are talking Charleston White. Okay. And then we're going to also talk about the Unalived and down to the school that happened. So there's a couple of other topics that we'll talk about that's not on the thumbnail. So y'all come join me for that live as well. That's going to be I'm probably going to start it early. It's probably in about 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. Actually, you ain't even got to give me 10 minutes. Give me 5 minutes, and I'm going to hit the go live button on that video as well. All right. Appreciate that. Can y'all please like this video, share it, let everybody know what's going on with Dacara. Let's keep saying her name. And like I said, we just want justice to be served. All right. All right, y'all. I will see y'all there. Oh, we're also going to talk about David E. Taylor, and we're going to talk about a couple other things. So y'all just join us. All right. I see y'all there.